have been down those paths of like creating presentations of who our customer is and like pretending that Allie is our customer and she's 23 and she loves to go out with her friends on Saturday nights. And I'm like, I don't give a about Sally. I'm so like...
She loves chai lattes.
It doesn't help me. I don't know what she wants still. Like, I don't. Okay, she gets matcha lattes on the weekends after yoga. Okay, I don't know what she does after this.
Yeah, what am I supposed to make her?
I'm Tom Ward, and over the last couple years, I've had the chance to sit down with some of the biggest celebrities and influencers in the world. What I've always found most fascinating is the stories of the businesses that they've built behind the scenes. On this show, you'll get an inside look of what it takes to build a successful business from some of the biggest celebrities, business people, and up-and-coming entrepreneurs in the world. This is The Tom Ward Show.
Guys, welcome to The Tom Ward Show, where we talk to the biggest entrepreneurs in the world. And today we have creator/entrepreneur Brad Mondo.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I'm excited to have you.
Yes, same.
Now, I love your origin story because I heard in an interview where you were saying your dad owned a salon.
Mm-hmm.
So go back to little Brad Mondo. You said that you were fascinated by the packages in the stores.
Yes.
You know, the merchandise there that he was selling. And you said, I loved it, but no one on the packaging looked like me or anyone I wanted to become.
Yes.
What did you mean by that? I
was always fascinated by ads, ad campaigns, packaging, everything visual. Like, I'm a very visual person. I was always a painter, a drawer. So when I didn't see anybody who was gay or male or somebody who wasn't like blonde, like it was always like blonde females and the age of like 25 to 35 on the packaging or on the ad campaigns. And it was so boring to me. Like, we're much better nowadays, but back then it was nobody that I, could relate to.
Mm-hmm.
So
was your dad inspiring because he was an entrepreneur that you kind of saw someone do it? So you're like, okay, this is a path that I can, because I wouldn't look at a package and go, I could make a package, right? I could make my own product, but you just had that confidence seeing him. Where'd it come from?
My dad, love my dad, but he never really saw me as an entrepreneur.
No.
It was more of like the creative person.
Yeah.
It was like, he's going to go and be a, celebrity hairstylist, or, he's going to be on HSN selling a product or something, or maybe a salesperson, but not so much an entrepreneur. So he really told my brothers how to be the entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. And then I was like on my own to learn. And I think because he did that, I wanted it even more. Like, because he didn't really think that I was going to be an entrepreneur. I was like,
I'll show
you know
him.
what, I'll show you.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's very supportive and great. But so I wanted to prove people wrong my whole life. And people never thought I was that academically inclined, or I was never the person who was getting A's in school. And I wanted to do something that was major and would be bigger than who I am. And creating a brand is that.
It's funny. I kind of get, I'm a father, right? I kind of get where he's coming from a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Is when I look at you, you're not the guy who's going to be in the back of the stock room doing inventory on a clipboard. No. You're not that guy, and you'll never be that guy.
No,
because there's an entertainer side to you too, which is how we know you probably is for through your videos. And I read that you were into Britney and reality TV.
Oh,
and
yes,
like
so good.
Did you see yourself in your head at the time going back? Could you see yourself doing both? I mean, is that how you saw this thing playing out, or did you think, like, I'm just going to become famous?
I have no idea how this all happened. No, I loved doing hair. I loved YouTube. I loved social media in general. So there was always the idea of doing both, but I never knew how to make that work and didn't exactly know if it would work. So I went in a lot of different avenues on social media, especially YouTube, where I was posting like travel vlogs, and I was posting...
Is that what you're doing in the beginning?
Yeah.
Because you started like when you were 12, right?
Yeah, I was very young, and I would post sporadically, like once a year.
Okay.
And I did like... The first thing I posted, I think, was like a Snooki and JWoww skit.
You're dating yourself.
There was a lot of people doing skits at the time, and
Okay.
I was like, all right, that's my path. We'll do skits. No, it did not work. I'm not an actor like
but
that.
You're funny, but like that didn't translate to skits?
No. So then I went on to doing hair tutorials.
Makes sense.
on women, and it was just boring. Like there was nobody trying to watch me just stand there and like be very in like teacher mode. Like, and I wasn't entertaining. You know, I was just saying like, this is how you put the hair up in a ponytail. This is how you do this, and it's like, okay, like we get it. It's stupid. Let's just move on.
So how did you, is that when the light came on for you as a creator, when you started really being yourself and not the boring person going, this is how you do a ponytail or a braid? Yeah. When you really started being yourself, is that when the career took off?
Yeah, I quit my salon job at the time and went on this trip to find myself to Asia. Like I did the whole Bali thing and like
eat, pray, love kind of situation.
I read the book and then I went to Asia. I really did. And so I had long hair and I had like a backpack and a few tank tops and a few bathing suits, and that was it. Very different time for me. So I did that. I came back and I was like, oh God, I got to get back to work now. I don't know what to do. How am I going to make YouTube work out? My mom was always like, you need to do YouTube. Like she loved it too.
Oh, wow.
And which is strange because she grew up in a totally different generation and,
Yeah.
you know, you wouldn't expect that, but she was very into it. And I sat down in my like 200 square foot little space. Like it's like a little shoebox apartment. And set up a little camera on my bed and then filmed on my desk. And I just started reacting to this video. And
What was the video?
this girl just wrecking her hair. Thanks to that girl thank you for wrecking her hair. And so she ruined her hair. I just said like, oh my God, this is crazy. You know, gave my professional advice on things. So it was educational. It was comedy. It was relatable. And I think I hit all those three accidentally.
Mm-hmm.
And I uploaded the video and all of a sudden the next day it had, you know, like 600,000 views and I had like
Wow.
2,000 subscribers. And
Wow.
I was like, oh, okay, this is my
This
moment.
feels good.
And
yeah.
I've studied YouTube my whole adolescent life. Like, okay, so you get that viral video, you have to post, keep it going. Like, that's what I did. I posted like 5 videos.
And you stayed in that niche
Yeah.
kind of reaction to hair videos?
Yeah, so I
Smart.
posted like 5 videos a week for
Wow.
the first at least couple months. And then I went down to like 3 and then 2.
Wow.
But, sorry, am I boring?
Not at all. Not at all. I love this. But you know what's great? Because that story can be dangerous. Because someone who doesn't know what you just talked about for 10 minutes, the backstory goes, he just posted the video, it got 600,000 views, 2,000 subscribers, and it was that easy, and he just blew up, and now he's rich and famous. But they didn't see you grinding at YouTube for 10 years, trying travel vlogs, trying hair instruction, or hair tutorials, whatever you want to call it, videos. They didn't see all that. It wasn't just one video. It was hundreds or thousands that led up to that.
100%, yeah. And even the travel part of it, I posted every other day for 2 months.
Wow.
And nothing happened.
Wow.
So I think maybe the most views I got in a video was maybe 2,000 views on those travel vlogs.
Mhm.
It wasn't nothing, but
Yeah.
it was not what I was looking for.
No.
And I never knew that there would be a path where I could connect hair and social media.
You thought it would have to be 2 separate things?
Yeah, because when I was 5 years ago, when that first reaction video popped off, there was only maybe one other hairstylist doing anything on YouTube, and it wasn't to the scale that I wanted. Like if I'm gonna do something, I want to do it big.
I'm with you.
So it's kind of boring for me to just like, you know, it's like 100,000 views. Okay, like no, I want like 1 million is always the goal for me. Like, like I don't know why, but
Yeah.
I just love that. I love that feeling of success in the form of like view counts. It's sick. That's also very sick to think like that.
Sure.
It's not healthy. I'm not saying it's healthy, but
No, but it's definitely a driver.
Yeah.
For sure.
where was I going
All
with that?
entertainers have that.
Yeah, I know. It's like
Howard Stern says that. He goes, we all have that hole in our soul that needs to be filled with constant appraisal. And it never is full. It needs more and more and more.
you want other people to enjoy the thing that you enjoy. You want people to enjoy your craft at large scale, you know? That's exciting.
Of course.
When that many people relate to
If you write a song, you want as many people to like it
Exactly.
as possible.
Yeah.
It's the same
That
thing.
always feels really good.
Of course.
So maybe it's not that sick.
No, I don't think it is, but maybe I'm sick too.
It's a little unhealthy, but
So you do these videos. Did you just double down and go, YouTube is it? I'm not going back to the salon.
I was doing both at the time. I was working maybe like 2 days a week doing hair, just keeping that up. I still do hair, by the way.
Okay.
Don't want to confuse people.
Okay.
But at that time, I think I was doing 2 or 3 days as a freelance hairstylist. So going to people's houses, doing blow dries and cuts and whatever it may be. And then I was focused on building the YouTube career because I had always wanted to launch my own hair care line.
Wow.
And I knew that was going to be the way to get that going.
So you really saw that far down the road.
Yeah.
That this is the way it's going to happen. Because you could have easily went, I'm going to start a hair brand, a hair care brand. Without social media or anything. You could have got investors, you could have hit your dad up for 10 grand and figured it out. But sure you could have. You're smart enough. But you wanted both.
Yeah.
I want the brand and the fame.
Yeah.
And why not? Who doesn't want that?
Yeah. I definitely like the fame aspect of things. Like I like being a public figure. I enjoy being recognized and talking to people on the street and meeting, you get so much opportunity being
For sure.
a public figure. Like I get to be in the room with so many amazing, successful people that if I was just an entrepreneur, I wouldn't maybe have that chance.
No.
So I think both of them together, it's awesome. Like I get to live the best of both worlds. I'm Miley Cyrus.
You know what's funny? And I kind of like how you do it. And I want to talk about the business now. So I interviewed Christian Cavallari like 3 weeks ago. You probably know Kristen, right? If you guys don't know who Kristen Cavallari is, she was like one of the first reality TV stars who later on launched a really successful jewelry brand, Uncommon James. But when I was talking to her, she goes, I could have went the celebrity route with this thing and got a bunch of backers and just slapped my name on something for 20% of the company and I just post about it. But she goes, I wanted to fund it all myself and own it all. And she still does own that all 100% herself.
Sick.
And you did a similar thing, right? You own this all by yourself.
Yes.
This is your baby, Xmondo.
Yeah.
So talk about how you're doing the YouTube thing, that's blowing up. My dream's going to come true. I'm going to launch that brand. Was there always a vision for that? Like the color, the coloring and what it is now, or was it not defined at the time?
No, it wasn't defined.
Okay.
I'm very go with the flow. Like, let's feel it out. Let's do. My brother hates it because he's more of like a structured person and he's the COO of the company.
That's
and
good.
He's a very structured, analytical person, and I'm like, let's make things. I'm learning. I'm also the CEO of the company, so I had to learn the other side of being a more structured, analytical person. Like I didn't have a calendar until 4 years ago, and I never knew how to even use email. Like I was a creative. Like I never spent any time on email. I didn't know how to CC somebody. I didn't know how to do anything. Like I was starting at ground zero. They were like, you got to form an LLC. And I'm like, what the hell is an LLC? And I'm like Googling an LLC or like an S Corp or, whatever it may be.
What's the difference? Which one should I do? Yeah.
Oh, God, it's a lot for me still. But anyway, so I never really got any offers from big conglomerates or what do you call them? I don't know, incubators to create my own line.
Sure.
And I was like, you know what? I don't give a I'm going to create my own line anyways. And I definitely nearly bit off more than I could chew.
How so?
It was just so scary. Like investing all that money, I was the only one working on the product at the time. It was just me. Like I remember being in my kitchen with bottles and bottles of samples. I didn't even know how to get a sample. Like looking back, I did sampling the completely wrong way, and I didn't know how to manufacture a bottle to put the serum in or the fragrance I didn't know anything, and I was learning from the ground up, which is great because I did learn everything from the ground up and I was in it, from the start, and I had my hands on everything. But I didn't have any investors. I didn't have any help I had a few advisors at the time that I would talk to like once a week and just make sure everything's going good. But that was the extent of the help I had. And so I did everything while doing YouTube.
Wow.
And then I hired the first employee, which is my brother.
To do what? What was he doing?
COO.
Okay.
Yeah. Brought him on. I paid him a good salary, and that was really scary for me because,
wow,
you're
writing
the company
him a check
wasn't making
any
much.
money.
Yeah. We ordered a very small quantity of product the first run. So even if we nearly sold all of it, but we're not making a profit yet. And so...
And you've got money going out every week.
Every week. For those first 2 years, it was just like, I hate these paychecks. And I have a salary to pay. It would keep me up at night. Like, the feeling of not being able to pay somebody and that be like their livelihood and
they're relying on you.
It's relying on me.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a hard pill to swallow. And then, we hired our third, fourth, fifth, sixth, whatever we have now. And I don't feel like that anymore because,
of course,
we're all a team. And I feel like if, one of us fails, it's because, we all did something together to fail. Like, I don't feel the pressure of it's just me.
Yeah.
Because
it's not just
it's
you
not
now.
just me. Or, yeah, I don't know.
Looking back to the person watching who's a young entrepreneur, what mistakes did you make early that they can learn from? That
all of them.
He or she can learn from. What did you do wrong that you would do differently if you had to do it over again?
Yeah.
What's the lesson in this?
I would find somebody that you aspire to be like, or if you can find a
like a mentor?
A mentor, yeah. If you can find a mentor, like, 'cause I didn't have one, and that would have been the biggest advantage ever, to be able to call somebody and be like, what do I do in this situation? How do I hire my first employee? Or, where do I go after this first product? What's how far out do I plan the products coming out this year? Just like little things like that. I didn't know anything, I didn't know if like the first product I released, I just had that one. I worked on it for like a year.
What was it?
It's called Glitterati. It's a styling serum.
Okay.
It was a very much me at the time. It had like tons of glitter. It's like called Glitterati. It's pink. It's like a multi-use product. So I didn't know anything. And if there was somebody just to talk to about it, that's much easier said than done to find somebody like that.
Sure.
But if you can, like,
it's just somebody to bounce ideas off of.
Bounce ideas and not...
Or to listen to you when you're freaking out.
Yeah.
Which I'm
That'd be
sure
great.
you're doing a lot early on.
And get a therapist early on.
When did the brand take off? What was the first thing where you could take a breath and go, I got payroll this month? Like, what?
Yeah.
You had your first couple products. Did one really take off?
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
It's called WaveTech. This is WaveTech Wave Foam. Listen, if you have dull, lifeless hair, you have no wave in your hair, or you have a ton of wave, but your hair is really frizzy and the wave doesn't stay very well, this is for you. That blew up during COVID. Like, we would have viral videos being posted every day by random people.
Why was it that good? What did it do? I'm bald. What do I know? I'm not the best, on this. But what does it do for someone with curly hair?
So it gives you really great wave definition with no frizz, but a very soft hold. Like, it looks like your natural hair texture.
Okay.
A lot of curl products give you a kind of a crunchy, unnatural look to your hair, but this gave you that very soft, lightweight wave.
Okay.
Which a lot of curly haired people could not find, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
I was just creating something that I loved, which is basically what I do day in and day out. It's not about what other people want necessarily. It's what I think people need.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And that's how I operate now. So WaveTech blew up.
That's how Steve Jobs operated, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he decided, like, on iPhones, I didn't know at the time I needed an iPhone, but he did.
Yeah.
So he was thinking miles down the road from where I was at.
Yeah.
Is that how you do have to look at business? They don't know they need this yet, but they need it, I'm telling you.
Yeah. I mean, now that
where does that come from? How do you figure that out?
So I was creating products that people wanted at first, and it was fine.
Like that people actually specifically asked for?
Yeah.
Like make this pink glitter,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And you'd make it and that was that?
Or just what I thought that, what they were asking for. You know, make a curly hair product, like make a pomade, make whatever it may be. But
You sound so bored just reliving that moment right now.
I think that I was just trying to follow in the footsteps of other companies that I didn't know what to do. And I was just like, all right, I'm going to just do what has already worked in the market.
Of course,
you
that's
know,
safe.
and let's just use my name to sell these products and make them good, but maybe they're not so different. And then now I really look at it as like, what is the future of hair care? What is the future of hair color? And that's what gets me really excited. Like, I love to create products and work on the marketing behind them in a viewpoint of like, what have you never seen before? What could grab people's attention? You know, if this is a hairspray, how can the hairspray be something that you've never heard of? Or like, what ingredient can we add to this that's going to really shock people? Or what kind of name can we put to this product that's going to be like, ooh, that sounds cool. Like, that's new, that's different. You know, we always go at it in an angle of like, there has to be one new cool factor about the product, either through the formula or through the packaging or through the name of the product. Usually we try to hit all three, but sometimes it might not be possible for some reason. But that is the focus. It's like, let's name this something. The company, I really want it to be technology driven, looking and sounding. So we're going more and more in that path right now.
Like, what's a name that reflects that?
I mean, Wave Tech, I think is
tech sounding, of course.
Tech sounding.
Yeah. It has tech in it.
But it's a lot of products we haven't come out with yet.
Okay.
Or like Project X, I think just sounds like cool.
Yeah,
and,
it does.
You know, what are you guys making? And
Yeah,
like,
what's
Project
going on back
X,
there?
You know?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I read somewhere you said something about your mission statement. I started laughing to myself. I go, who thinks of mission statements? I thought that was something I learned about in marketing class in college and you never think about again. But it sounds like you have a well thought out mission statement. What is it?
Yeah.
Is this something you put some time into?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did.
That's kind of cool.
Xmondo's mission is to... I'm like, can I remember the whole thing? Xmondo's mission is to evoke confidence through technology-driven hair care and hair color. Yeah. So it's about making people feel good, right? At the end of the day, it's like, I want people to use these products and be more confident than they were before. Like, that's the real mission. But the sub-mission to get there is to create technology-driven products that are something you've never used before, or something you didn't know could exist, something that will change your hair forever and give you that confidence.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it comes from technology in the first place.
How important is having that? I'm sure you didn't just write that one night. You know, that took years and working in your head, right?
Yeah.
How important is that when founding a company to have that kind of direction or thought behind it?
I think it's great if you can have that in the beginning. I didn't. I had that 3 years later.
Of course.
Because I didn't know what I was trying to create. And I think it's okay to step into something and learn as you go. I think
you don't have to have it all figured out.
So many people have ingrained in my head, like, have it all figured out. Like, know your mission, know exactly the steps you're taking, know the goals, know this, know that. Just do it. Like, shut up and just do it. I feel like it's better to do something rather than just plan, and then never do anything at all.
I completely agree.
So I'm the person who like wants to jump into it right away and just go for it. And that's what I did, and it worked out. And
it's worked out for you not just in business, but in YouTube too. Like, you didn't wait for someone to tell you, like, this is I'm going to try travel, and travel's not working, so I'll pivot to this, and I'll keep doing this and this and figuring it out. Like,
people still ask me every time I interview somebody for a job at Xmondo, it's always, what is the future of the brand?
Of course. They want to know what they're signing up for.
Right. And I would ask the same question. But for me, it's such a difficult
how do you answer
question to answer. And I was like, if you ask this question today, I don't know what
I'm not hiring you. Interview over.
No, I mean, I just have so many passions, and it's not... I don't want people to think of it as I don't have a path or I'm confused, or it's more like I want to see where the world takes me and where the world of hair care and hair color goes. And I want to adapt to that, but then also like try and be the leader in it. I don't know exactly what the future is. And however, I just want to be at the forefront of technology, at the forefront of innovation.
That's
And
refreshing hearing that.
that's it.
A founder who's saying, I don't have it all figured out.
I don't
know what the world's going to look like in 3 years. It's annoying to me when they go, in 3 years, we're going to be at this, $1.7 billion in sales and we're going to get this growth. And it's like, how? Based on what?
That's my brother.
Is that your brother? Is that the CEO with all the graphs and charts?
Which is great. It's great to have that perspective, but I really like going with the flow. I can't help it. It's like when I wake up and I have that.
You're creative.
When I wake up and I have that extreme amount of those ideas that just flow into my head, and then I'm like calling everybody. I'm like, okay, tomorrow we have to build out this program and make this product and this. I can get so much done in just that day because I'm so inspired, rather than like trying to be inspired by something that I don't know if I actually want. I have to be inspired to make something actually great.
Sure. So talk about, I think you've got a lot to teach us about marketing too. You touched on, it's got to have the name and it's got to be this. So for the person watching, hey, they're launching a t-shirt brand or a sneaker company or whatever it is. They got a great product. Okay. Lots of great products out there. Now, how do we let people know about it, get them excited about it? What lessons can you teach us about getting that to market, getting people excited about a hair color or a t-shirt, or you could sell anything? I mean,
so I look at a product I'm creating, like say if it's a gel.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, there's a million gels in the market.
Sure.
What about a gel could I change to make it cooler and better than anything that's ever existed? And just think about it in a very, just pick one thing and think about that item. Like, okay, a gel. You don't really see a lot of gels with cool packaging. I don't know. Like, you don't really see any cool pumps on them or like anything that, or like a refillable gel, or, maybe there's all the gels are called gels. Maybe it's that simple. Like, maybe we shouldn't call it a gel. Maybe we should call it a hair holding liquid. Just it has to have something that nobody has thought, or maybe not everybody's thought of everything, basically. It has to have something cool to it. Maybe it's the scent. Maybe it's like, that's your edge. Maybe we make a custom scent that nobody else can ever replicate. There has to be that one cool factor, and there's always a cool factor to be had, no matter if it's like a sneaker, hair product, makeup product, jewelry. That's it, basically.
You can make anything cool. Is that the moral of the story?
I can make anything cool.
I bet you can. You can make a pair of jeans cool, or a t-shirt, or whatever.
I know. Maybe one day I will.
We'll stay with one thing at a time. Well, speaking of which, so talk about your other, your latest foray. So you're in fashion now, right?
Yeah. I mean, I would like to be more in fashion.
Okay.
I don't think I'm quite there yet, but I've always loved fashion. I've always, watched every fashion show, tried to go to every single event I can possibly go to. I don't know if I want to create clothing or anything, but I have a passion that's there. Maybe one day I will create clothes or create sneakers or accessories or something. But that's the extent of it. I want to be more involved with the fashion world, and I don't want to just be the hairstylist forever.
Okay. You're trying to grow beyond that now?
Yeah.
You're at that stage?
I would like to.
Yeah.
I don't mind being the hairdresser. I think I have a great career, and I think,
it seems like a great life.
I feel fulfilled, and it's awesome, but I don't know. I just have so much creativity in me that can be expressed through so many different avenues.
Yeah.
I did a jewelry collection with this brand that I'm wearing.
I was going to ask you, is that off-white? I love that ring. Not that one. Oh. I'm sure that's great. That looks like the off-white logo.
I know, right?
It's so cool.
It's a brand called Vitali that I did a collection
I would definitely
with.
wear that.
Yeah. But that was so fun to just try something.
So you designed all those?
Not these ones, no.
Oh, okay.
I'm not wearing mine today, but those came out a couple years ago.
Oh, nice. Was that a fun experience?
Yeah. So, getting to dip my toes in different areas of creativity. I love being a creative director. You know, I think in the future, maybe I would just be the creative director of my own brand, and maybe that's the path that I'll go down. And, you know, maybe be a creative director of a fashion brand, of a jewelry brand, of this, that, and the other thing, like whatever it may be. That's the idea.
Okay.
We'll see.
Talk about too, I was just thinking about this. How important is knowing exactly who your customer is? Now, when you're making a YouTube video, how important is it knowing who's on the other side of the screen? When you're making a hair coloring product, how important is it to know who's picking that package up at the store or looking at the website?
I don't think it's that important.
You don't think so? Okay. You've made it work.
I have never based any decisions off of
because some people
who's
will say
watching.
You have to know your avatar and it's so important and you have to have that image in your mind. And they always say that.
And I've been told that a million times too. And I have been down those paths of like creating presentations of who our customer is and like pretending that Allie is our customer and she's 23 and she loves to go out with her friends on Saturday nights. And I'm like, I don't give a f*** Allie. I'm so like...
She loves chai lattes.
It doesn't help me. I don't know what she wants still. Like, I don't. Okay, she gets matcha lattes on the weekends after yoga. Okay, I don't know what she does after this.
Yeah, what am I supposed to make her?
Like, yeah, I can imagine what maybe she would want, but it's not that helpful to me. I don't know. It's like...
So are you really designing for yourself?
Maybe.
At the end of the day, that's what it sounds like as an observer of you.
Yes, I am.
Because that's what you said the whole time is like, you know, it's got to be something I'm into, something I'm passionate about, something that I wake up and I'm inspired and I tell my whole team about it. I'm sending emails. I'm excited. It sounds like it's just, you're satisfying something inside of you.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
It's like a therapy session. Yeah.
I'm pretty good at this, right? I don't know. It's not my first interview.
Damn. No, you're good.
Thank you.
I never thought about it like that, but it is that. I am satisfying myself, and through that I get to satisfy others, which is the other part of fulfillment I get from it. But I'm not going in to design a product to make a certain person happy.
Or to make money.
And yeah, I'm just making it because I love doing it and it's fun.
I think that's cool. The secret.
And yeah. There was probably a time where I was doing it for the money. Not specifically creating a product, but like posting the YouTube videos and posting as many as I can to make the most money. And you know, and I think that's fine. Like people hate when people don't admit that they want to like make money. Okay.
No,
like
I want to make money. I want as many people to see this as possible. You know, of course.
It's okay to like
there's nothing wrong
money.
With that. Yeah. Who doesn't want to be rich and famous?
Some people say they don't.
Lies. Lies.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Lies.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I think, I fulfill my own desire to create through the hair care company, and it's fun. It's fun as hell.
Nice. And you satisfied and somebody else is enjoying it. What could be a better feeling than that? And getting to make a couple
going
bucks
on vacation
too?
for a few years.
Yeah, right? So what else? That's a good note to end on. Like, what else do you want to talk about? Anything else you're promoting? You're at the Streamies. This will come out in a couple weeks, so I don't know
Hopefully I won.
Hopefully you won. Congratulations. Third year in a row, right? Hopefully you win. What else you got going on?
No, I mean, I hopefully will
Promote
have a reality show at some point. So I want to show people. It's been hard being on social media puts you once you find your niche, you're there, usually.
Yep.
You know, you get very defined as that person. And I want to show a different side of me so badly.
It's so hard to change
so
niches.
hard.
That's what I'm trying to do right now.
And
I came up doing only influencers, and now I'm transitioning to business, and people go, I want to see you sit down with Emma Chamberlain.
Yeah.
I don't care about the startup founder.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
It's really tough, and I get it. Like, the person I follow for fashion, I want to see them do fashion. I don't really care about their coffee taste.
Yeah, you're the same way.
You know,
yeah.
and I get it. So, where I don't know if there's an opportunity right now for me to branch out on, say, YouTube or TikTok or any social media platform. If I'm sure I could, but it would be extremely, extremely hard because I built this solid.
You're in this box.
Yeah, I built this solid box made out of bricks that I am the hairstylist.
Yep.
So I think being on a streaming platform and having a show that's not made by me and showing a different side of me will be easier to break out of that. And because it'll grow a different audience through the show. Maybe there won't be people who didn't see me on YouTube or didn't see me on TikTok that will see
Who
this
just
show.
know you from this new thing.
Yeah. So then it'll be like a whole new path. That's the idea here. And hopefully that works.
Good luck.
We're going with it.
Well, thank you so much, brother. This was a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
I really learned a lot.
That was great.
Hopefully you did too. Hopefully you had a good time. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. New interviews every Tuesday at 10 a.m. with the biggest entrepreneurs in the world from all walks of life. We've done Forbes 30 under 30 founders. We've done celebrity entrepreneurs. We do influencers. We do everybody. So you never know who you're going to get. So make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications. And if you can't watch it, check out the podcast wherever you get podcasts too. Thanks, guys.